I am
asexual,
bisexual.
I am transgender.
I am gay.
I am me.
I am me.
I am me.
I am me. Being gay is basically when you are attracted to members of the same sex as you when you are a guy. So basically, I'm a guy who's attracted to other guys.
So people experience different kinds of attraction to different people. When you think someone's beautiful, that's aesthetic attraction. There's romantic attraction, there's sensual attraction, which has to do with touching, and then sexual attraction is limited to sex specifically. So asexuality is not having that specific feeling of sexual attraction for anyone.
So for me, bisexuality is being attracted to both girls and guys. But personally, it's also being attracted to a person, not necessarily because you're a woman or because you're a man.
Transgender means that you've been born into not so correct sex, I take, because you born I was born male but I identify as female. So I'm opposing or transitioning from the assigned gender that I was born from.
Now in varsity, where I met my current girlfriend in first year, and like just the way we clicked as friends, and I eventually realized that, oh my gosh, like I'm so into this person. And at that time I was still in a very long-term relationship with my ex-boyfriend. That then ended, and then we started dating at the beginning of last year. So I think just being able to come out of a long-term relationship with a guy that I was engaged to and a person I thought I was going to get married to, and then being in a relationship with a woman was like definitely like I love both people.
I don't believe in the term come out, but I think when I started stepping into my power was last year, because there was a lot of gender dysphoria that I've been going through since like when I was in high school. But at the time I didn't have the knowledge of what transgender is and didn't have a full knowledge of what the transitional process handles or takes for a person to go through that. So it started last year when I stepped into my power.
It took me a long time to work out that I was ace because sex wasn't even really something I thought about at all. And then when I got to sort of grade 9, so when I got to about grade 9 or grade 10, people around me started to talk about sex, and I realized that it was something that other people were interested in, and that the way that other people were thinking about sex was completely different to the way I was.
I've never really come out. I've just been me. So, yeah.
How have your friends and family supported you? Or if they have?
I think the most supportive people were my friends, handful of friends of course. I don't think family as much as friends, and I think it's because it's something that they saw on TV and they wouldn't mind seeing it on TV but not happening within the family. And I think that's something that exists within black families, that as long as it doesn't happen to my child. So I don't mind my child, I don't mind seeing someone who's gay on TV as long as it's not my child.
Friends are lovely about it. They understand me and they believe me even when my life goes one way or another. Even if I decide to do this or that, no matter what my behavior is like, my friends always believe when I tell them that this is who I am. My family was very upset. They didn't understand. My mom thought that it meant that I wasn't going to get married and I wasn't going to have children, and that's the life that she wants for me. So she was very upset, and I mean, it was it makes me laugh when people think that asexuality isn't LGBTQ+, because the things that my parents said, they were like, you're going through a phase, we're very happy that you're finding yourself, and one day you're going to meet the right person and it's all going to be fine. And it was just the most stereotypical coming out.
Yes, my friends are very supportive and my siblings are very supportive. But like, I've never told my friends that like I'm into guys or whatever. Because I'm just like, it shouldn't be like something I ever have to mention, you know, so...
My aunt is Catholic.
Okay.
She's... half of my family is Catholic and half of my family is Muslim. And she's always tried to take upon the role of being a mother in my life since my mom passed away. And she still tries to instill that religious thing into me, whether she says it or not. And she didn't want to say, it's wrong because you're a Muslim girl, or it's wrong because of this. But I knew what she meant. It's like when I got my dreadlocks. She was like, you're the first Muslim girl that I'm going to know that's got dreadlocks. Like, where does that come in?
Name a homophobic experience.
So like basically I was in like grade 1A, and like we had our own separate class and like playground in the school, and my closest friend from back home, because she was like a grade ahead of me, she came on to check on me during tea time. And when she came by and we were busy speaking over the fence, this guy who was in a class came through and was busy on some stabane, you know. And I was like, okay, whatevs.
Even here on campus, a lot of people, because sometimes I wear my scarf like traditional Muslim way, and me and my girlfriend will be on campus holding hands because I mean she's my girlfriend, and before we part ways we kiss, and the looks we get are like crazy.
Some people have pitied me. They've said, shame, I'm so sorry that you don't want to have sex. There was one guy who said, I wish I could you so that you could like know what it's like. So people who think that they can change me by having sex with me. I had an ex-partner say to me, he said he accepted that I was asexual, but he was scared of what he might do to me if he was drunk. So then it was like almost up to me to be like, oh, baby, I'm sure you won't get drunk and rape me, you know.
Back in high school, was bullied a lot because, you know what, I didn't appeal to boys as they would want me to be appeal. So I didn't spend time with them, didn't play soccer. I was the type of person who did debating, drama and those things. And then in university, it was more of a physical attack because it's something that happened in the club where someone started calling me Stabane Mofi, and then when I asked what they said, and then their friends got involved. So those are the main two. And last one I think is with my ex. My ex was a down low, rather, in inverted commas, type of guy who is homophobic when he's with his friends.
You know, the thing about homophobia is that it's a form of bigotry. Like, you know, it's like any type of thing, any type of hate, like it disgusts me. I don't understand it. But like for you to actually say that you don't like a person because of what they identify as their sexual orientation or who they're particularly interested in or attracted to, like it doesn't make sense. You know, if I'm not the standard queer person, if I'm not the Sumises of this world, the Bougies of this world, then that means that I've got a problem, that there's something that I'm not up to scratching. So I think people just always need to find this sort of understanding, and their way of understanding things is to put them down when it's not something that they're familiar with.
Honestly speaking, I just mize them because I'm just like, you don't feed me, you don't me, you don't finance me, so why should I give a So yeah, basically I'm just like, bye. And not to say that just because you feed me or you finance me, I should give a but just like honestly, basically I live my life on the concept of, if I bark back at every dog that barks at me, I'll never get to where I need to get to.
People that are generally homophobic to me are black cisgender men. And it's not just straight, in which people would call people. It's also gay cisgender men, also homophobic themselves. There's internal homophobia that is going on within the LGBT community as well. So for me, it's mainly the black cisgender men.
I think I tend to have these experiences more with men. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the way that people are socialized differently in terms of thinking about sex from a gender point of view.
People lack that respect, and I think it's because not only because it starts at home, it also starts inside. The fight that people have inside amongst themselves to say that, you know what, I dislike these type of people because I'm a representation of what other people envy to be or what other people want to be.
You want to understand something, then you take a step back and you kind of learn and unlearn the things that you thought were right and just take in a person's experience and accept it as that.
Funny enough, I've had a number of girls mention that, you know what, I just need an hour with you and then like you'll be sorted. And it's quite interesting because normally like the kind of relationship I have with women is normally like, I guess, a good relationship, if you term it that. And it's quite funny when you also call them out on their like homophobia and you're like, that's actually homophobic, because just the entire general concept of you thinking that just because you're a woman and I'm gay and if you do whatever to me, now I'm gonna be like sorted out, rectified.
Yeah, when I'm faced with questions, especially when people come from a good place and they really want to know, and they really don't have the information and would like to know it in person or especially online, then I will take the time to give them the answer as best as I can.
I'm running an initiative back in Johannesburg where that's called like I Am Her. So it's not only focusing on transgender issues, but it's also focusing on issues within the LGBT community. And it's not only focusing on transphobia, homophobia, queerphobia, but it's also focusing on the violence that exists within the LGBT community.
So like I do speak to a lot of people, and during the conversations sometimes people ask me questions, and I mean I personally do not mind when you ask questions. I prefer you asking questions and then I'll tell you what I know and then I'll tell you to read up more on that, because I feel like it's pointless for me to tell you and then you just keep on moving as if like nothing ever happened, because then what's the point of me telling you then if you're not actually genuinely interested in learning?
Stop putting a label on it. Just leave it alone. If you don't get it, then just shut up. Dear homophobia.
Dear homophobia.
Dear homophobia.
Dear homophobia.
I'm a man in a dress, but I'm a woman in pants. You did not break me.
What I do with my life and my body has nothing to do with you.
You suck. Because of you, some people aren't able to live their best lived experiences. Because of you, some people live the worst lived experiences ever. Other people even lose their lives because of you. So, actually,
you need to grow up and realize that you don't have a place here.
Let me go.